going on, friends and fam? It's Friday night. We're gonna get into it like we do every single night. So I hope you got that popcorn, subscribe, ding the bell, and I'll see you in a second. It's Renaissance Man.
One night when the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way. And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Time to stop the hate. Stop the hate. Let's stop the hate. Hey, yeah. It might be late, but let's stop the hate.
Remix. Alright, let's get this party started. It's Friday. It's Mark Pires.
I was walking
And
on the road
it's
today,
Renaissance Man.
for another way
To ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pires, Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 956 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. And it's Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. The old Jason Voorhees trick. I got a mask on. First of all, when I was a kid, that was like the one guy I wasn't that scared of because he never like ran. It's like, oh, the people that ran from me, Don't Look Back. You didn't hear my song, Don't Look Back? I don't think I dropped that one yet. Maybe I didn't drop that. Did we drop Don't Look Back yet? I'm not sure. I have to check and see. I don't think we did. Because if we did, I could play that right now and say, look, Back to the Future, don't look back. You know what I mean? Can't Get Away From You. That's an awesome song. Fighting Back. Sign of the Times, They Shut You Down. Sick of Being Scared, Funk the Division. No, I haven't gotten to Don't Look Back yet. Wow. I just realized, remember how great that song is, and we haven't even gotten to it. So, guys, I dropped 2 little pieces of comedy for you today. Hope you get a chance to watch them, share them. Bottom line, I can tell you about them if you want to know, but if you go and check it out. One I did was with Rose. Rose noticed I got a haircut, so we did a bit about that. And then yesterday, we did a bit about what to know about COVID-9 and being vaxxerooed by cootie shot. You didn't get the cootie shot? Oh, hold on. I think we got to play it. I think we have to play it for you guys. Because it's something that should be known. Really, like, you are trying to figure out ways to see if you can protect yourself from the COVID-19. And the way we do that is like this. Check this out. This is just something you can give it a like and a share when you see it, because, you know, that's the way we support the program. The more you interact, the more other people will find the show. So, check this out. It's called, I don't know. I'll put it on you.
Circle dot dot.
Angel's got the cootie shot. Angel's got it right. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Angel's got the cootie shot. Look, if you got a cootie shot, then you're good to go. Like, seriously, nobody realizes this. When I got the CDC notification, they're like, you need your vaxxeroo. I said, excuse me, circle, circle, dot, dot. I already got my freaking cootie shot. I don't need your vaxxeroo, because my cootie shot, it's a double-decker. It handles cooties, and it also handles COVID-9. Look, you didn't realize it. Like, everybody's out there trying to, where do we find, something we have in our arsenal already? We're looking at, dextromethorelin, and we're looking at hydroxychloroquine, and we're looking at the other things that have to do with horses, you know? And then all of a sudden, nobody thought about the cootie shot. If you had your cootie shot, then you're, good to go already. I don't need a vaxxeroo, Fauci. Look, you're going to need your vaxxeroo. Dr. Fauci, I'm sorry. I actually don't need my vaxxeroo. Oh, why not? Everybody needs a vaxxeroo. You failed to let everybody know, disclosure, unless you've had your cootie shot. I mean, where are we? We're in the year 2021, and you're not reminding people, the ones that got their cootie shot in school. You're good to go. You're like, oh, a cootie shot. Put that out on the line. Joanne, do me a favor. Put out a memo. Cootie shot. The new CUREEE. We have to do that because they have bots. But Joanne, make sure you put that out ASAP. Yeah, ASAP Lunchables. And also, if you can, tweet it out to my, I think I've got 247 followers on Twitter. Tweet it out to my 247 followers on Twitter. Yeah. Don't put any hashtags, though. None. That's a trick. That's you make sure nobody sees it at all. But look, because Joanne, if we put it out there, that they're just going to rip it down anyway. So don't put the hashtags. Don't put things like hashtag Fauci the fraud. Joanne, you got your cootie shot, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Angel Dreams had her cootie shot. I've had mine. You've had yours. We're 100% right now. I'm pretty sure if you took a poll, you'd probably find that at least 73% of people have had their cootie shot. I did a circle, circle, dot, dot. When I think it was 3rd grade, the first time, it was Rebecca Morrison. She came over and she's like, you got the cooties. And I said, circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got the cootie shot. And I've been good ever since. You can't mess with a guy who's got his cootie shot and then tell him that he's got to also get a Vaxaroo shot. I'm sorry. Wait a second. You want me to take your experimental, medicine, right? Instead of me having the time proven, right? This is through history. We've seen this in history. The cootie shot has held up through time. And you're going to tell me that, no, you need a Moderna. No, I'm sorry. I don't need anything from Bill Gates. I don't need Bill Gates. I don't want Bill Gates in my arm, okay? I got a cootie shot way back in the day. Rebecca Morrison. It was her fault. But I took the shot back then. I'm not taking another one. Fraud she. Look, seriously, when you're out there pushing yours when I already had the most thorough shot there is. You're talking about like measles, mumps. No, I had the cootie shot, and now I'm good. Yeah. So I want to thank Angel Dreams for reminding me that I have already antibodies within me because of the cootie shot. When you've got cootie shot antibodies, you're good. You heard it here first in the Renaissance Man Show. Thanks to Dr. Angel Dreams, who has filled us in. Dr. Angel Dreams is also going to be live tomorrow with Dr. Oz. Yeah, they're talking it out together about this new concept. So if you want to tune into that midday, what time was that again, Angel Dreams? I think it was like 3 o'clock. You're on with Dr. Oz, and you guys are going to talk about how you can literally curb this pandemic. Yep, with one simple phrase. One simple question, really. Have you had your cootie shot? By Menon. Don't forget. Don't forget, if you have your cootie shot, you're good to go. So I just have to say one quick thing, and then we have to put a clip on because I thought I fixed the thing with the AC, but it just kicked out again. So I'm going to go do double-decker duty. Yeah. I'm going to put on a clip, run upstairs, and try to get that thing up and running because the kids are trying to sleep. And it's like 9,000 degrees right now, I should sing a song about having cooties. You're right. The cooties will keep you from the Vaxaroo. So here's what I want to say or ask you guys, okay? So the agenda of the... the agenda of the agenda has been to get us to have a Vaxaroo card, right? Like, hey, you have to show your identification through Vaxaroo. If you don't have Vaxaroo, you can't go on a plane. You can't go into a restaurant, can't go to the bars, can't go to concerts, correct? Well, let me ask you a question. This only came up because of something I saw on Facebook. I'm going to share this with you because this is actually a friend of mine who is a newscaster on NBC. And he interviewed me for my invention, the Beat Seat. And so we became friends. And he said, do you agree with this approach? The Bushnell, which is a theater, says they will require guests to show proof of COVID vaccination or a negative test. So here's the thing I have to say about that. The negative test thing makes sense, okay? But the idea that you can go anywhere if you have a card or if you show your proof that you've gotten Vaxarooed means nothing now because the Vaxaroos are the ones that are spreading this virus. So at the end of the day, you either let people go and enjoy their lives or you don't. But saying, oh, the people that are vaxxed are in one category and the people that aren't are in a different category is bullcrap now. Because we have now proven that the Vaxaroo does nothing to stop transmission. It may help the effects from being bad, but we don't even know that. We do know that scientifically every single virus in history prior to this one, whenever it mutates, it may be more contagious, but it gets weaker. That's a fact of that's a scientific fact of every virus we've had prior. As it mutates, it gets weaker, not stronger. But apparently this one acts different until 3 weeks from now when they say, oh, we got that wrong too. So guys, again, this idea of showing proof that you've been Vaxarooed means nothing now. Because Vaxarooed is where we're getting this entire spread from. I laid it out for you yesterday when the people who were continuing to stay safe because they didn't feel comfortable putting this experimental software into their body continued to stay away 6 to 10 feet away from people, wearing masks, and being extremely careful, sanitizing like crazy. And then there's a spike. And the only correlation I can connect it to is people decided to take their mask, not decided, the CDC told them to take their masks off, and they started living their lives again and spreading this thing around. So, between that and then the fact that they created this thing off of a very first strain, which is no longer out there, you're talking about new strains. Now, the other thing that's kind of interesting, this is kind of crazy. I saw on TikTok a couple of videos where people were calling to testing centers, and they said, I'd like to get a test for Delta. I'd like to be tested for Delta. And they said, we don't have any way to test for variants. So then I leave it to you. How the heck are they coming up with all these numbers and saying, oh, well, the Delta variant makes up 80% of the cases now? How do you know if you cannot tell what strain anything is? You could just tell whether or not you have CV. I'm starting to think that all the variants are just a made-up thing, too. Like, maybe not made up, but they have no idea of telling which one you have. There's the diagnostic tools they have right now are not there. That's why they're getting rid of the PCR test, because it's quack. It has nothing to do with this virus, first of all. But the idea that they're telling us, oh, it's this variant and it's that variant. Well, how are you determining which variant it is if the tests don't tell you? Oh, are you telling me that somehow these people are taking the tests and then they're bringing it to a different lab and then they're actually looking at it and saying, oh, well, it was this variant and it was that variant? That's not what they're doing. They're making stuff up as they go. This is such a weird time we're living in. You know, the thing is, when you are too close to something, you can't see what's going on until you are through it and you look backwards. What you need to try to do is detach yourself from this moment and stand in the future and look back at yourself and say, well, what happens if X, Y, and Z happens and I'm standing here in 10 years looking back? Will I be here in 10 years? Either way, I don't know. But I think the best chance I have is to not put this thing in, which I'm seeing, by the way, blood. There's a guy in England that did blood tests, and they're looking at the blood tests. The blood prior to getting a Vaxaroo and then afterwards, the blood does not look right, guys. There's something wrong with the blood. I want to see if we could do like a study now with a bunch of people on their blood. Just be like, let me see your blood, dude. Like, go and get a blood test. I want to see what's going on with your blood. Because something's wrong there, at least what I saw in that study. And that's where it starts to go to where the conspiracy theories become a conspiracy. And the whole time we know what Bill Gates has said for the last 5 years, he's publicly said if we do a good job with Vaxaroos, we can reduce the population by 10 to 15%. That's 1 billion people to 1 billion 2. He's talking about getting rid of 1 billion to 1 billion 2 if they do a good job with Vaxaroos. Now you have a major push of propaganda. Every time you open up your phone, all you see is how everybody's at the hospital and that it's the worst again. And you gotta go and you're not going to be, you're selfish if you don't do it. And it's a bunch of weird propaganda because, you know, at the end of the day, there's something called the Nuremberg Code, right? The Nuremberg Papers. Like, you can't force people to do things, and they're telling you they're going to mandate something that's emergency use. You can't mandate something under an emergency use. It's part of the whole Nuremberg. Like, what are you talking about? This is like strong-arming people. Like, oh, no, we're going to do it to you before you know that you have this legal leg to stand on. I tell you, looks a lot like World War II in a certain country that had a dictator who wound up trying to, destroy and take over the world. And literally, it's weird. Was it Dr. Fleming when he was on? He mentioned this, but one of the main guys there, Goebbels or something like that, said, if you want to get a nation to do what do what you want them to do, you just have to get them to fear. And once you have them in fear, you can get them to do anything you want. And this is where we are. They have, I told you guys, the media is the virus, and they're the ones who are pushing this global initiative where it is so bad every day. It's so bad And I saw another interesting thing where it was like 233 new cases in Detroit. And then this one person, and this was July 21st, okay? This is like 3 weeks ago. July 21st, 2021. 223 new cases at Delta. And then the same headlines, same story, same everything in 15 different papers across the country. Now, I've seen this 6 months ago when they were pushing the agenda, a year ago when they're pushing the agenda. These are bots. They're creating the same story. They're dropping it over like hundreds of newspapers. So in every location in the country, they think it is red alert. And it's all part of a propaganda. It's all part of a major ruse to get the people to do what we don't want to do, to get us to do what they want us to do, because we start to live in fear. When you look at your phone, and I got one today, I'm going to just show you if I can. My wife sent me this one, and she's like, this is scary. And I'm like, it's all propaganda. Right here. Let me see if I can show this to you guys. I don't know if you can see this. Let me go back to this so I don't have to look at that. Let's see if this shows you. Okay, look at that. Florida Children's Hospital urges people to get CV vax amid rise of pediatric cases. CV-19 rise. Vaccine hesitancy frustrate doctors and hospitals saturated by the Delta. CV in Scotland. 4 healthy people die in their 30s. Like, those are the only 3 things you see when you open up your phone. You don't see it's a beautiful day today. You don't see, oh, stocks are up. You don't see anything except for 3 stories of doom and gloom. Now you tell me, is this meant to give me information and to provide me with some sort of knowledge of the world I'm living in? Or is this meant to get me to go and take their stupid freaking, software? You tell me. I think this is a push for software. This is not a push to give me information. What do I need to know about in Scotland that 4 healthy people in their 30s died? Really? Really? And I want to find out. Is that true? Because nothing is true. Nothing is true from the fake news. And it's so disgusting. Where now they're pushing this agenda. Now they're pushing the climate change. That's the next thing. It's like, what is going on here? And I just question why people didn't see through it earlier. And now when you start seeing, and this is what I responded, to go back. Okay, so this is, I may be able to actually show this to you. Okay, so let me show this to you because I could do it this way. We're going to open this up. Check this out. Okay, so do you agree with this approach? Let me see if I can somehow... I think I could do this. You'll see me as I'm scrolling. Okay, the Bushnell required guests to show proof of the CV vax. So this is what I said. Now that vaccinated people are also spreading the V, there is no point in segmenting people. Either allow people to attend or don't. But anything else is just fueling the division agenda. Just my 2 cents. This is what needs to really happen. Funk the division. I dropped that in there. But so the point is... yeah, it made sense maybe for some companies and some businesses to do this. Oh, we have to make sure you have a vax because you're not going to bring it to our establishment. But now they're bringing it to your establishment. They got the vax and they're still bringing it to your establishment. So what is the point of asking to see the vax card? What is the point? If whether someone has not gone and taken the inoculation or someone is, there's still the same amount of risk for your venue. That's it. There's no other way to look at it. It's a numbers game, but it's not a game. Yeah, it's so true. All right, so listen, enough of my rant. Let me pop something on here because I got to go fix this, and then I will be back down for you. This is a little something here. Cold. Let me see. I wanted to play you something here. I'm gonna throw a little spider mark on for you. You need a little spider mark. You didn't know about spider mark? Hold on a minute. All right, this will give me a chance to fix the issue, and I'll be right back. Check this out. This is Spider Mark. This is one of my, we got so many different shows within the show. And this happened because of Bex, our family friend. Bex, you're awesome. I'm not sure if you're out there tonight, but Bex, I had a little spider over here in my
I need a degree
studio
that people respect. Lucky I found WGU.
Hold on a minute.
96%.
And Bex says, oh, Mark, make sure it doesn't bite you so you don't get... become Spider-Man. I said, Spider Mark? And then all of a sudden, and I think we did 3 or 4 of these so far. I gotta tell you, it's been a couple weeks since I've had a chance to get out there on the friggin' buildings, like, shoo, shoo, shoo. I want to get out there and I want to just kind of like shoot across the city, taking food along the way, Philly cheesesteaks. I'm thinking about going to Philly because I'm going to go on a Philly cheesesteak, like spider spree. I'm going spider spreeing it. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Oh, where's my Philly? I took your Philly and I hit you in the face with a freaking web. I hope you enjoyed the web. I'm enjoying the Philly. It's delicious. They threw some onions. They threw some mushrooms. They got extra cheese on it. I ate the heck out of it. But I got hungry again by the time I got to the next building. Oh, there's another guy. You remember I told you got spider smell? So I'm like, oh, there's another Philly over there. This guy, I felt kind of bad in a way. He's there with his entire family. And I could tell this is all the money they had in their life. They just spent on this one Philly cheesesteak. So they're all going to take a little bite so they can nourish themselves to stay alive for another day. I took that freaking Philly cheesesteak. Shoo! I ate that thing so quick right in front of them while they all cried. And then I was off to the next building. Shoo! 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 And then I see this kid down there. This little kid down there, he's crying because he's so happy. He found the perfect Philly. He found a place that makes the perfect Philly. He's crying over it. He's so excited because this thing he's having dreams about at night. He's like, this Philly, I know where it is. I got to go to it. He gets there. He's crying. He's like almost doing like this weird like golden calf thing where he's like, oh, right? And then all of a sudden, Spider Mark, I'm flying through the air. I see him doing it weird, you know what I mean? Like praying to the gods thing about, Philly. It was really good. I ate the hell out of that thing. That poor little boy cried even harder. Yeah, when I took his Philly, he cried so hard that the police came. They're like, what's going on, kid? When they heard his story, they said, look, hit Facebook. There is a Facebook group. Spider Mark keeps taking my food. Go there and lodge your complaint. Occasionally, Spider Mark will respond. So that was in there in June of 21. You go and look. Go and take a look. You go look before they pull it down. That's something that Zuckerchooch is known to do. But go check it out. What you're going to see is a complaint by Tommy Richardson. Yeah, 6 years old. Look, he shouldn't have been crying over a Philly cheesesteak. He should have been eating it. If he was eating it, I couldn't have taken it. You know what I mean? Like that's on him. You want that to be on Spider Mark when it's on him for not eating it instead of shrining it. I'm gonna shrine my freaking Philly. This kid was sitting there praying to the Philly. You know what? I did one better. That's a pagan ritual right there. I caught him out for pagan ritual stuff. You know what I mean? I take the Philly. I brought him back to Christianity, but you know what I mean? Because then he's like, oh God, why me? And he came back to God. So you got to remember that. Spider Mark's always doing good. Like, even when you think on the surface it's not a good thing, like, oh, you took a Philly from a 6-year-old. That 6-year-old, I'd take another freaking Philly from that kid. I told him, I'm going to eat that Philly. I'm going to next crying 6-year-old. You know what I'm saying? The best one, though, I got to tell you, I'm flying. I get over to a balcony, and I'm doing one of those things where I got my legs up like this, and I'm sitting like this, and I'm going like this. And I'm sitting there on a building like this, right? I'm looking around, right? I use my spider sense. I use my spider sight. And I can see a few blocks down. Right there. A few blocks down. I'm telling you. A few blocks down. There's a little courier. Little guy. He got an order. This is a big order. Stacks on the back of his bike. Moped. He's mopeding it. He's got the food stacked up there, right? He got a call from the consumer. You get here in 30 minutes. I'm giving you 100 ski. This guy's pumped to get a 100 ski. He can't wait to throw that Hyundai on top and be like, yee, look at me. I had the greatest night of my life. I went and delivered a bunch of food over to this guy. He gave me 100. I'm sitting here on top of the freaking world, right? I mean, I know. You're 100? Yeah, the kid was pumped. He's flying through. I kind of caught his smile on the little rearview mirrors, you know, the two side ones. And I'm like, what the freak is this kid smiling about? This dumb smile on his face, right? So I took the first web was a shot to his rear views so he couldn't see behind, so he'd like lose control, right? That was the first thing I did. And then I shot him in the back of his helmet, so he's like, what's going on? And then when he looked backwards, web right in the freaking face. Yeah, he fell over. The food toppled with him, right? Guess what Super Spider. Guess what Spider-Mark did? I saved the food with a web. Yeah. I let him flip over many times. Whatever, screw him. I got the food. I ate all that food. Oh my goodness, it was the best Chinese food on the Upper East Side. And I was thinking to myself in the process, like, you know what would go really, really great with this is if I had, like, a good beverage, you know? I see this guy driving an 18-wheeler. It's a Coca-Cola truck. He's driving through Times Square, right? And he's like, I gotta get home. I'm gonna see my wife. I shot a web, top of the truck, ripped off the friggin' roof. And I see, like, cans of Coke in there. I grabbed, like, a couple of cases. I saved some for home. Like, I want to make sure I put them up in a really high spot nobody can get to it, and I put the web around them. So even if somebody's like, oh, look, Coca-Cola, they go to get that Coca-Cola, they get all webby. Like, you gonna deal with webs to get a Coca-Cola? I wouldn't even deal. I gotta go buy one for, a 6-pack or 12-pack. You gonna go and get webby to take my 12 packs that I put in against that building on the 18th floor? What are you gonna get a ladder out? And I'm going to go grab that 12-pack. I'm really thirsty. There's a friggin' deli around the corner. I stole it from it. The deli. You could go there too. They still have some. I didn't take them all. I just took a few. So I make sure I had some cold beverages going forward. Oh yeah, I forgot I put ice in there and then I kind of like insulate it with the web. Is the thing that I do. I've got the ability of Spider-Mark. Bottom line, this poor guy, now all of a sudden he's like, he thought a tornado hit his truck. Right? He gets out. He's like, what the heck happened to my truck? I'm like, buddy, I needed a freaking cold one. I feel kind of bad for him. But when he started kind of saying, like, he was questioning it, like, oh my goodness, what am I going to tell my, as soon as he was getting there, like trying to give for like the pity card, shot him in the friggin' face with a web. And then I was off. I was on my way. Remember, at the end of it, we were thinking about to ourselves, if we can continue this journey down the line, right? Get through Philly. There's another Philly on the corner. Yeah, this guy thought he had the sign out front, best Philly in Philadelphia. And there was a line outside. So I was like, this could be good, right? The cool thing was whoever was running the truck happened to cook enough of them where they were like, orders up, and 6 people got them at the same time. All 6 people, matter of fact, it was almost like you're watching like synchronized swimming. They all brought up their Phillies at the same time in order to take a bite. And it was almost like they were like, hey guys, all right, all at the same time. Let's taste it and let's see. And as they went to take their bites, I freaking swiped each and every one of those Phillies. I took those Phillies. I chopped them down. Each one of those guys were so pissed up. Hey, Spider-Mark, I want my Philly back. Too bad. I ate that freaking Philly. Then those guys, that was another one. Go check, late June this year. Spider-Man stole my Philly. You're welcome. I saved the city that night too. You want to go save the city? What would you have done after you ate that Philly? You would have sat your butt down, watched a TV show, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Look, I can't help it if I'm out on the street saving the world and I occasionally need to take a freaking Philly cheesesteak in order to nourish myself. That's what Spider-Mark needs. You should buy 2 if you know that I'm coming through, you know? I'm going to put one in my pocket because I know Spider-Mark's coming through. You go like this and be like, I know it's coming. And instead go like this. Offer it up. Offer up the Philly to Spider-Mark. But no, you want to do something different, right? I want to be different. No. I'm sorry. Look, this is the problem when you're dealing with the public. And the public is like, I want everything to go my way. Well, you know what? I want to sit at home tonight. When that villain's out there trying to go rob your house, he's out there, he's robbing the bank. He's out there robbing the Metropolis Bank or whatever. And you want it to just happen now? The only guy who could go in there and shoot him in the face with the spider web. Who else are you going to call? Supermark? He's too busy. No, he's right now. He's trying to take down Dick Facce. You can't call Supermark. It's a Spider-Mark situation going on here. You're going to have to work that out. You're going to have to work that out. If you don't work out the Spider-Mark situation, then I don't know what to tell you. But look, at the end of it, there's only one Peter Marker, okay? And I'm out on the streets. And I'm just trying to do right by the world. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if ever occasionally I take a Philly from you, but I'm in Philly. I'm in Philadelphia. When I'm there, I'm eating the freaking hell out of every Philly I see. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Peter Marker. Yeah, remember I get up on the thing? I'm like, I'm eyeing out. I'm doing a spider sense thing. And I'm looking for anybody with a Philly. I'm smelling. Oh my goodness. I forgot to tell you about this one was crazy. This couple, they drove out from Arizona. Yeah, I ain't kidding. All the way from Arizona to Philadelphia to buy a Philly from Gino's Phillies, Philly steaks. Best place in Philly. And so they drove all the way from Arizona to get one of these Philly cheesesteaks. And the two of them were sitting down to eat this cheesesteak. This is the craziest part. They weren't married. They were just dating. This guy's got the ring in his pocket. He's ready to take the ring out, give it to her, and say, will you marry me? As they take their first bite of the Gino steak. And as they go to take the bite, he goes, will you marry me? I swiped that freaking Philly cheesesteak from each of them, and I took the ring too. I was like, screw this guy. I ate the Phillies on the way to the next building, and I looked back. He was crying. So upset, Pamela. Look, I'm sorry. It was what bound their relationship. It's what made it stronger. He just made a little ring out of some grass. He just wrapped it together and they laminated it. It was good. They got married with the grass ring. And you know what? I was okay. I took it and I gave it to Mary Ellen or whatever the freak her name is. You know what I'm talking about. What's her name? Mary Pat? I forgot her name. Mary something. Why can't I remember her name right now? God almighty. AT, how are you, my friend? So, look, at the end of the day, you have to understand something. When Peter Marker, is out on the buildings, and I'm leaving Coca-Colas up there. You know, the other thing you have to remember is when there's a villain, sometimes you're allowed to use 18-wheelers to just throw them at the villain. Like, I've done that. Green Goblin? I've thrown a couple 18-wheelers at the Green Goblin. I do like a zipperoo. I do one of these. And I throw it, and I let go of the web. And through the air at Green Goblin. He seems really fast, though. He says it goes up and up, and then the thing, it just takes a building down. And a few good people probably, but... Look, Spider-Mark is doing what's necessary in order to try to take down a Green Goblin. You know, one of these days I'll get him. You know, like, I think there's no really collateral damage too much in order to go after the Green Goblin. I mean, like, there's a building filled with people all the way up to it's like the worst, you know, every single person in the world is standing in this one building and the Green Goblin's doing a zipperoo around it. I got to take down that building. There's a chance that I get the Green Goblin, right? I mean, that's part of our credo as superheroes, is that we got to go after the superheroes. And there's, you know, collateral damage is whatever, you know what I mean? Like, who cares, right? I mean, if you have collateral damage, it's just like what happens. Spider-Marked. You know, when you get Spider-Marked and Green Goblin all at the same time, it's kind of a gross thing, really, but it happened. And then you're just like, you're talking about it one day. History book stuff, you know, like, hey, remember that time when Spider-Mark was there in the streets with Green Goblin and he took down the building with like 99.6% of the population? They're all in the building that day. They're just like, there was a party. Everybody decided to come together. And there was the moment Green Goblin was like, I don't like it. Nom, 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 nom. Spider-Marked. probably should have just waited till he left the building, the area. Like, I don't know. Maybe he would have done a zipperoo around a different building with 0 people in it because everybody else was in that building. I couldn't wait. Look, collateral damage is a thing that happens when you're Spider-Mark. I hope you understand. You know, it's no offense. It's just that's what the reality of life is. You know what I mean? You go funk the division. You're telling me that you better go outside and do this, that, and another because because fraud she says so? Because of the fraud? Oh, yeah, look, ribbiter. Yeah, look, today we're telling you to wear 64 masks. And then you put them a timer on your hiney butt. Dr. Facce is the guy who walks up to you at a party and says, excuse me, sir, you know you have a hole in your butt? And then you're the guy who's like, oh, really? Let me check. We hope you have a hole in your butt. The Facce, though, plays that gag on people. Excuse me, sir. You know you have a hole in your butt? What, I do? Yeah, we hope that there's a hole that relieves things occasionally. If you don't have one, we have another question for you. We're going Project Blue Book on this one. What are you doing? 0 hole for a hiney butt. You can't do, like, you know, a double-decker hole? One that's big enough for the SpaceX rocket? That's a straight dad joke, right, Act? It is. I thought about that earlier. I was like, how funny would it be to just go up to someone and say that? Be like, excuse me, sir. You know you have a hole in your butt? I'm sorry to bother you. I just wanted to let you know you have a hole in your butt. Yeah. You're going to want to get that checked out. Next time you go to the guy, the proctologist, and say, hey, buddy, can you check it out? I think I got a hole in my butt. He's going to check it out, and he's going to say, par for the course, buddy. Yeah, the way God made you. Right? I mean, look, that's what you're doing. You're there asking questions. Senior proctologist, let me ask you a question. I was told I have a hole in my butt. Do me a favor. Give it a look-see. I need you to give it a look-see for me and tell me if that's true. Or is the guy lying? He came by and just randomly, excuse me, sir, randomly pulls me out of nowhere to tell me this information. I'm looking for your guidance and your analysis by 3 p.m. Let's go. It's 1:27. I got plenty of time. I'll be here. I'll wait in the waiting room for this information. I don't want to get a call from your freaking front desk. Excuse me, sir? Yes, you have a hole in your hiney butt. No. Excuse me, Mr. Jasper? Yes, it's Jill over here at the proctologist's office. Yep, just wanted to confirm you have a hole in your hiney butt. Look, just make sure. Oh my goodness, that's what I've called it always to the kids. Hiney butt. Look, if you're not gonna go and sit down in your hiney butt when you're gonna go sit down into a potty the first time, I don't know what to tell you. I got a couple good ones for you. That one's a good one right there. Hiney butt. Oh, are you kidding me? I'll give you a slap in your hiney butt. Don't. You gotta understand that that's how the things roll when you're a daddy. When you're a daddy, you gotta come up with funny things. The other one I say, again, is people say, don't get fresh. Don't get fresh with me. Don't you get fresh with me. Don't you dare get fresh with me, right? That's what people say. I say, don't fresh me out. What? Don't you dare fresh me out. Don't fresh me out. Don't fresh me out. Yeah. It doesn't even make sense. That's what makes it fun. It disarms. It disarms the situation. You want to diffuse a situation? You got to don't fresh me out in there. Kids. Shish, shish. Jeez, nothing's working. Kids, don't fresh me out. Hold on. First of all, where really I get them is this now. I even had my 6-year-old doing this the other day, and she got me. I was upset. Listen to this. You want to get a good one? I'm with my 6-year-old today. She did a really bad thing, right? And so I'm getting mad at her, right? And she gives me this. She goes, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. She starts doing a fotch to me. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I can't figure. What are we doing? Hold on a minute. She's doing a hold on. She's giving me hold on a minute. How dare you do that? Hold on a minute. So I went back to her and I said, how dare you? I can't figure you 6. Go sit there at the table. Go hold on a minute to fetch. No. I'm at my table. You're my daughter. You think you're not going to get the same treatment, son, you stupid fists? You come down and pay disrespect to the fetch by saying, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I can't figure. I got a question for you. We're here, right? Thursday. It's a thirsty Thursday. Where's my frickin' drink? Oh, there we go. Oh, yippity yappity yo. The finishing of the cough. You got a cough. You finish that freaking cough. You can't waste the cough. You know how many people in Africa right now would die for that freaking cough? You're gonna dispose of a cough. Throw it down the drain. He's a little boy in Tanzania right now. He's like, I might think I wish I could get some cough in my mouth. Facce delivers in a care package out of a helicopter designed by Michelangelo. Sorry, Leonardo. You didn't know about Leonardo da Vinci? Painting the Mona Lisa. Oh, Leonardo, you're so fantastic. Do me a favor. Design some sort of contraption that flies through the air, from here to there. Can you do that? Oh, of course, I'm Leonardo. You got Mark Dellard, though. You remember it as Mandellard. No, Mark Dellard. 'Cause I was also Nelson Mandela. Oh, look, it's Mandela. What? Who? You guys, that really bothered me, first of all. Like, I was really upset that you don't remember that timeline. Bose, like, when you guys got kicked down by the Bose whatever that thing's called, you know what I'm talking about. The Bose Hickson? Yeah. The Hicks Bose Hicks. You know what I'm talking about. That thing hit you. You're like, oh yeah, Nelson Mandela. There wasn't a freaking Nelson Mandela. Who out there remembers Nelson Mandela? I want to hear. I told you, I got residual of Mark Della. And you guys are still pretending it's Mandela. I don't believe him. I'm telling you, I got a piece of residue. And this is the real deal. This one's in a piece of sulfine. Like, I can't even show it to you right now. It's in a safe. It's in a lockbox. Because if I take it out, it could change in real time. There's a paradox / timeline situation thing going on. I take it out of the safe. Turns into a different freaking article. Yeah. You want to really? I can't. It's in a safe right now. This is what you have to deal with. I mean, what are we doing? Oh my goodness, I'm out of my mind. I got the AC working. I think we're good. Higgs boson. Thank you, Trish. Yeah, I was trying to remember that one. I couldn't remember the name of that thing. The Higgs boson. So, guys, I'm going to play you the real quick thing that we came up with today. You saw the cootie shot. this song right here has been in my head since I put it out yesterday or 2 days ago. You can't get away from you. Now, here's the thing, guys. No matter what you got going on in your life, no matter how frustrated you get with anything in life, you can't get away from you. So you need to figure out how to deal. You need to figure out how to stay level. This show can help. Other shows like this can help. You need to figure out a way to get away from the negativity, figure a way to have the light of this world, this universe shine on you in order to lift you up, to give you more opportunity. This entire existence is about a vibrational level we're trying to reach. We're each not at the level we need to be at. We need to figure out how to drive towards that. I think this is how I do it personally. We have to do it personally. Each person on this planet has to do it. You have to go and do the work. I show up here every day just driving towards, I hope to be like the greatest version of self on a daily basis. If you're not adjusting your comfort level every single day in order to drive towards something more difficult, then you will never improve. The idea that practice makes perfect or permanent is so real. You cannot attain any sort of mastery for anything unless you put the time in. You can be good at something. You could have a natural talent for something, but unless you go and you continue to explore what you do best and where you're weak, you have no idea what you can do. You've just uncovered the surface. And I think that's why I love what we're doing here. We just don't know what's going to come next, but it's driving towards the next level always. So, without further ado, you can't get away from you. The head bopper for you to start the night. You ready? Oh yeah.
Yeah, getting behind the wheel, going all night into the moonlight. Yeah, stars above, you don't mind. The roads are clear, you can see for miles driving. Yeah, when you're blazing through the night, and the sun is starting to rise in front of you. You're driving into the light. There's nothing like the neon glow is coming through you. You're driving like you're flying through. Getting the energy though, so you take it on you, throw it into the next gear. You're moving and quicker now. You got no fear, 'cause no one's out on the road yet. Yeah, you're gonna take it as long as you get before we cloud up. Yeah, it's like this pandemic's all over. Yeah, every bag out on the road, and it's slow like a rover. Yeah, you're sitting rolling over. Yeah, you got it, you're just waiting for people to clear the road. I gotta get back to the floor, I gotta go in, drive it till I get to the sun. got to. No matter how hard you try, you can't get away from you. 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 No, you can't get away from you. No, matter how hard you try, you're still in the mirror. Oh, I'm trying to pull myself apart from the acts, apart from the things I did in the past. You can't get away from you. No, everything you do, it builds you up to this moment. It's up to you. Can you live with it? Can't get away from you. No, no. You can't get away from you. Can't get away from you. You can't get away from you. You can't get away from you. Get away from you. No, you can't get away from you. 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 No. You can't get away from you. Yeah, you can't get away from you. Can we just write another song? Oh, yes, you did. That's what we keep doing. Keep writing songs here. I mean, what are we doing there, right? I mean, you're going to have another song. Yeah, let's play another one. So, when you are in the middle of a jammeroo. First of all, I wrote a song about Rocky. Yeah, I don't know about anything about fighting, but for some reason we wrote a fight song. So anybody who likes fighting or MMA or anything like that, send this in to them.
Ashley
let them
Home
know
Store has some of the
that
top
we wrote
rated.
a song on the Positivity Peace channel about fighting.
Try Cheesy Crispy Ritz Cheese Crispers.
Check it out. decides to poke their head through the door, you gotta be ready to go. We're fighting back. We're fighting back. Taking one or two in the jaw, yeah. Hit the canvas, start to see stars, wonder what you get into this ring for. And then you stand back up, get a roundhouse back to the ground. Rest your head after quite a beating. Yeah, you're gonna need it. You needing another day or two to recoup and see if you can be you again. 'Cause right now you're just not you. You're broken down. You're broken down to the ground. It's not just your body, but your spirit fighting back. Oh, we're fighting back. Let's lift you up, let's make it right. 'Cause you put out that heart of a lion, and that's the fight we need to see from all. And right now I'm not seeing it. That fight seems small, but we're scattered. We need to come together. We're fighting back. Oh, we're fighting back. Lace the gloves up again. This time you're ready for that combo. Left hook, right jab, uppercut. You got a left, right combo of your own to share. Yeah, you knock 'em down to the canvas. And you got your hands in the air, thinking one like a Rocky. While Apollo Creed stands back up again. He says, I ain't finished yet, Rockman. Yeah, you're gonna go at least 4 more rounds with me. I'm gonna put you in the ground. Yeah, you can see I'm ready to take you on the Philly man. Yeah, I'm Apollo Creed and I'm the man. We're fighting back. We're fighting back. Rocky, don't back down, no, you got the heart of the tiger. Oh, gets up over and over again until his brain is damaged and he still keeps going 'cause he don't know the word defeat. They don't like you when you tell them you're not gonna play the games. We're fighting back. We're fighting back. We're fighting back. We're fighting.
Guys, I want to point out how it's already happening. It's already beginning before we even get there. This is a story from the NPR, National Propaganda Radio. July was the hottest month in recorded human history. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it was actually extremely cool this entire summer until about 3 days ago. 3 days after heat wave, we see this BS. You know, the whole push is going to be the way they locked us down for the CV. They're going to try to do the same thing with this. And starting to lay out stories like this, hottest month ever recorded in human history. Well, I don't know where are you getting that temperature from? Because if you're pulling it from Connecticut, where I am, this is not the hottest month recorded in human history. It was a cool month. It was like 75 degrees most of the month. This is a bunch of horse crap. So, I don't know where, we went to this one location on the planet that, okay, well, we're in this location of the planet. It used to be a 95 to 100 degrees every day in Connecticut during the summer, spring, summer. And it's been in the 70s the last couple of years. There's definitely some sort of shift, but it's not this BS that like all of a sudden the planet's hotter. It's going the other way, I think. I think it's going to be a cooling. It's going to do a fakie. You're going to be like, what? I thought that it was going to get hotter. No, it's going to flip-a-roo. And we're going to be talking about like glaciers in New York City, that type of thing. Like if that happens, guys, either way, it's bad. But the pushing the propaganda prior, National Propaganda Radio, pushing it out prior to us even getting to the, you know what I mean? It's just like laying out the groundwork. I'm sick of it all. I'm sick of all of this crap. They're trying to just instill fear, take us out of the moment, and destroy our lives, basically. And I'm praying that everybody out there is safe and okay, no matter what happens. I just feel too strongly about this. Like, you know what I mean? This is an issue that we're dealing with. And when that happens, it reminds me of how close we are to running on empty. So, let's listen to it. Running on empty. This is society music right here, fam. Check this out. Give it a like. Give it a share. The lyrics in this one. Oof. And the music. This one's a pumpin' tune. Ready? Little rap, hip-hop blues coming in. Hey, Candace. Don't miss this one, guys.
Amazing thing, controlling everything. They're like, let's get them hooked down on their 5.6 stream. You're gonna wonder if they can feed you everything. You're wondering, can I ever get the truth? No, cause they've hidden it in front of you, and you keep looking down. There's a world going on around you, but you're so consumed with the lies. We're running on empty. Running on empty. Running on empty. We're running on empty. Everybody so sensitive. Yeah, their skin so paper thin. No matter what is said, it affects them, and they can't get through their day unless they make a big scene. But God, looking at this lady, she's so mean. She's on the screen, let's just bow down and let's shut down the rest of the world now. Running on today. All night long. Running on, back at the top, you get there. At the top, you said, you got the wind blowing through your hair. You're almost there. Where you going, I don't know, I don't care. As long as I get somewhere before the sun rises. Before I had the feeling everybody screaming at me. Where you gonna be at 9 o'clock on the dot? Expected you there and you're not. Where you at? I don't care, I'm going home. 'Cause I'm running on empty. Yeah, I'm over. Hey, he's the game, we control the information. Keep them looking down at the screens. No matter what they do, just keep that information coming you. No matter how fake it might be, in fact, I'll make it as fake as possible so they cannot go home and take their eyes off it. No, we want them there day and night. Oh, do what you gotta do, don't stop. You can't go home neither. And we got you over time, yeah. But you got to get them on mind control. Oh, we're almost there. Feeding a little longer, yeah, they're getting stronger. That connection to hate. Oh, gonna unleash them on each other soon. Then we do. An hour later, you can come back and get you something. I'm gonna give it to you later. It's better for me. I don't know, 'cause I'm gonna dig deep. Gonna find something. I'm gonna find something to take you down with. Running on empty. Running on empty. You're running on empty. Running on empty. We're running on empty. Running on empty. Running on empty. We're running on empty. Misdirection, yeah, it's the same thing you see when the magician's on the screen, pointing one way, yeah, you're doing in the other, wondering why I can't see where the bunny, the rabbit went in that hop just to pop it out. Got me looking one way, doing something in the other. Holding out one hand, got the stuff in the other, and I don't know why I'm not going undercover, looking in the back end, as if you realize what's going on. Oh, they got an agenda that they be pushing on, and if you're looking on the surface, you're not gonna find a thing, 'cause they be hiding it down below. No matter if you put the search query in, you're not gonna find a thing, 'cause they've been hiding it under your nose, yeah. You gotta look with some crazy codex, you gotta find, yeah, you gotta find yourself some sort of translator to get the information over. I found it in Russian, that I found it, so I gotta find a translator. Oh, I'm gonna do it later. Running on empty, running on empty. Say you're running on empty. Run, 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 run. It's a big game, yeah, they just hold us down like fish. Yeah, they put out the fishing rod and they put that That worm on the end, yeah. And everybody going to try to grab you with that hook and they pull you in. There's no getting away, yeah. You got to go before it's too late. So truly wake up, and be aware of everything that's going on around you before it's over. And if you start just saying yes and getting in line, I worry for you, cause there's no time left for you. You can't be a yes man, you gotta question everything, and if you don't, I gotta question you. Got my Cadillac, take you right, no looking back. I'm gonna stop by the gas station, fill it up, and go another 500 miles. Then I'm gonna see where I'm at. When you're running on empty, you gotta get up and you gotta make a new memory, because it's gonna get stale right quick. Yeah, and you can pick your moment, you got to stick to it, you got to make the most of it. Yeah. And so you running on empty, you running on empty. Fill the tank, I got behind the wheel, I made my way as far as I go, as far as I can see. And I ain't looking back, no one looking back at me. I'm trying to run away, yeah, but you can't run away from you. No, running on empty. Yeah, you're running on empty, running on empty, and you got no way to get it home before you got to get your mind back, your time back. You ain't getting nothing back, so you got to try to settle back in, settle back in. Running on empty, don't you run it on empty. Running on empty, running on empty. When you run behind the car, you hope you're gonna go far before the hill drops you down to the bottom. You put it in neutral and you gonna sit behind the wheel. You steer it down the way, hope you get close to the next gas and that. Then you gonna fill the tank and say thank you, my friend, because it was scary. I didn't know if I would get here. It started getting night. I heard a werewolf howling in the forest. Didn't want to be alone out there. I pushed as hard as I can. Got here in the end, my friend. And every time we turn around, we see someone in the rear mirror, and we're wondering if the scope on getting clearer and closer. We want to take us down. We're on our way out of town. Don't stop me, I don't want you to hold me down. Running on empty, running on empty. Run.
Throwing that freaking pick. So quickly, I see here what Anna, you're right. There's a lot of stuff that people don't understand is going on behind the scenes. Like, for example, did you know in a court case in 2013, Pathology versus Myriad Genetics in the United States Supreme Court ruled that you cannot patent human DNA as it was a product of nature. But at the end of the ruling, the Supreme Court did rule that if you were to change a human's genome by mRNA vaccines, which are being used currently, then the genome can be patented. So this means that everyone that has had the Vaxxaroo is now technically patented, and something that is patented is owned and will come under the definition of transhuman. Those people that are legally identified as transhuman do not have access to human rights or any rights provided by the state. This is because they are not classed as 100% organic or human. Therefore, technically, anyone having this Vaxxaroo could no longer have any access to human rights. There have been a few legal papers discussing this recently, so clarification should be available on this soon. Now, I heard that a while ago about the patent, and I mean, again, you could see these things were patented prior to this whole event that took place. That's why it is a plan. But just, keep in mind that if you wind up putting something in there, and this has got a proprietary thing in there, the one that's Moderna especially, and now if you are considered transhuman or whatever, and now you have no more human rights, I think the one thing we have going for us right now is that they cannot force you, because the Geneva, they can't force you to take this, even though they're talking mandate. They can't. This is like the biggest lawsuit in history coming. The class action lawsuit coming towards like everybody on the other side who's forcing this thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. Here's the other thing I want to say. You want to talk about how much of a liar Fraudshi is? So Dr. Fraudshi went on the air and they said, what about pregnant people? Should pregnant people get the Vaxxaroo? And he said, we've done the research, and yes, pregnant people should should get the Vaxxaroo. So let's just get this straight, because we are paying attention now. When did this all start? How many babies have been born since this started, since they've had the Vaxxaroo? We're talking about maybe 9 months. We're 9 months in since they started giving the Vaxxaroo. It's a 10-month gestation period. Everybody says 9 months. It's really 10 months when you have a baby. So the people that got the first vax haven't even had their children yet, or they're having their children right this second. So how could he say they've done the research and that it's safe? It's another freaking lie from this guy. If you are pregnant, do not take this. My wife joked. She said she got like chastised because she had like a hot dog or something when she was pregnant with one of our kids. And she made a joke about that. She's like, it's such a weird world, because they would flip out at you if you had a hot dog. But they're like, yeah, you're pregnant. Take this experimental thing that we have no idea how it's going to affect you, your unborn child. What's going to happen to the future of the children that took it already? I saw some blood samples that scared the hell out of me, guys. That's where it happens. If you see the blood break down right after this thing is inserted into your body, something going on there. This, I think, if I recall, these people had healthy blood, and then, like, I think it was, I want to say maybe 4 months later, 5 months later, after getting the Vaxxaroo, he took blood samples again, matched them all up, and there's something in that blood that's not right. My theory's been the whole time that, like, oh yeah, look, I got this Vaxxaroo to protect myself against this freaking one thing. Well, what about everything else? When this thing renders your fighter white blood cells useless because of how strong it is, and you snuck it in there with the lipid cell covering, whatever the hell you freaking call it. It's funny, there was this doctor scientist on, she was on CNN like 2 weeks ago with Cuomo, and Chris Cuomo is talking to her, and she's like, look, Chris, we have to stop. And she's doing like this really, she's very bright, but she goes, we have to stop giving people a choice. We have to make sure they take the vaccine. We have to push, she goes, we have to push even harder on people to get the vaccine. She goes, we should never let people, this is the craziest thing, this is communism. She goes, we should never tell people that we should be 100% open. What's going to be the carrot to get them to take the vaccine, is what she said. We have to get them to take the vaccine. So you need to give it to them as, okay, well, if you take the vaccine, then you can get back to normal. If you go back to 100% open, and what's going to be the carrot to get them to take the vaccine? She freaking said that live on the air. And so it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Again, let's just talk very simply about something. Getting on an airplane and showing that you've been vaccinated or not means nothing anymore, because people that have been vaccinated are the freaking super spreaders. So how do you justify that you're going to be someone who's going to only let people who are vaccinated in? Well, they're spreading it. You either let nobody in or you let everybody in. That's the new real moment. And this is why I love this. This makes the voter ID or the Vax ID thing totally pointless. There's no point of having a Vax ID. Why would you have a Vax ID if the people that have the Vax are spreading it? Oh, we're going to show it. Okay, so you got the Vaxaroo. Where have you been the last 2 weeks? Did you sit there and quarantine for a few days? Yeah, I know you got the Vaxaroo, but you're here now with us and you could be a spreader. Senor Vax. Doesn't make any sense anymore. Their narrative has never made any sense, but now it really makes zero sense. Let's force people to take this thing that was developed as a first series. Now we're on to series 4 or 5 with these variants. They have no way to test if you have a variant or if you have COVID. You just either have COVID. There's no oh, it's the Delta. Oh, it's the Alpha. No. They don't know how to do. They don't have that ability. They just run a test to see if you have viral load. That's it. Not the strain. They're not doing DNA sampling. That's crazy. And they're not doing it. They're just making up who's got Delta. I don't even understand it. No idea how they're getting their data. The beautiful thing about this is if you look at the patent information for coronavirus, it says that they can determine how they share and how they collect data. Meaning the reason why this has been a complete weird situation for the last year and a half where they keep changing how they're collecting data is because they have a patent. They're allowed to do that. This is why it's the only time in recorded history where the data that they collect continues to change, how they collect the data. Well, now we're not calling people who have been vaxxed and get the CV as a case. Oh, and now we're saying anybody who had it, and no matter if it was just had it and they left the hospital and then got hit by a train, they still died of CV. It's just the way they collected data from the beginning was a red flag. Then when you hear 6% was the real number of people out of the 600,000, it was really 6%. So that's 36,000 people. That's basically right in line with ding, 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 the flu. The others were dying of other things, just like they would normally. So I don't know. Again, I'm speaking out on my side mostly because I'm seeing things. I'm scared about things. But I do have to say there's no way that you could tell me pregnant people should get this thing and that you've done the research. This freaking guy keeps lying to us. Oh, we're going to get a full authorization in a few weeks. How? You need 3 years to see what kind of long-term effects there are. How are you going to get a full approval, liar? What is with this? And if they give the full approval prior to doing a long-term study on it, this is the biggest sham in history. And you better stand up and tell these people to pound sand and get that Geneva Code paper. I've got it here. I want to read this to you. Check this out. Hopefully this doesn't get me in trouble to read this, but check this out. Nuremberg Code. By authority of the Nuremberg Code of the Medical Experimentation, I do hereby exercise my right to refuse to submit or to administer the CV-19 experimental gene therapy injection heretofore known as the CV-19 vaccine. The U.S. government has extraterritorially prosecuted, convicted, and executed medical doctors who have violated the Nuremberg Code on medical experimentation. Aiders and bettors of the Nuremberg crimes are equally guilty and have also been prosecuted, convicted, and executed. Every court in the law in any location has original jurisdiction, universal, to hear and try crimes against humanity. With violations of the Nuremberg Code are classified as crimes against humanity which carry a maximum penalty of death. Right? So, realistically, this is something that we should all be using. And if anybody wants this document, just send me an email. I'll send it to you. And my email is mp@markpires.com. So you are here. This is the best part. You are hereby put on notice that any further effort to coerce, intimidate, persuade, trick, or compel me to receive an experimental gene therapy injection, CVVax, or any other medical device, drug, or procedure against my will implicates you as aiding and abetting in a capital offense of a crime against humanity. I hereby reserve my rights to swear to a criminal complaint against you in the nearest available law enforcement agency or court of law. I do not contract with you in any way or expressly deny any contractual relationship with you. I hereby reserve my rights and put you on notice that you may also be liable for civil damages under various tort claims, including but not limited to negligence, fraud in the inducement, assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, loss of consortium, trespass, and products liability. You are hereby notified of potential liability, and this notice shall serve as an actual notice in support of the claims. And this is delivered to you. You send this to someone specifically. So this is like when someone tells you you need to get the Vaxaroo or else you can't work here anymore, or you need to get the Vaxaroo or else you can't get on this plane, or whatever. You get this thing filled out to them, and at the very bottom it says, please complete and empty sections. Oh wait, no, hand deliver this notice to the individual seeking. Oh yeah, it tells you seeking to cause the injection. And then file this completed notice with your nearest law enforcement office, county registrar, county court, district attorney, attorney general, and your legal counsel. Please be aware that some states require all parties to a conversation to be aware that the interactions are being recorded as such. Anyway, this is a way to point out that you know that you have some rights. And at the end of the day, when this horrible human event took place in the, what was it? When was the Holocaust? Was it 43, 42? I don't know. What year that was the Holocaust? Whatever it was a horrible event in the past. From that, we have some protection, so this will never happen again, you know? And the thing is, if you don't know you're protected, you just go along, just like you get on the train. You jump in the back of the train. Oh, they want me to get on? When you don't know any rights, you don't know you have any protections, you just jump on the back. You follow the line into the gas chamber. And that's what's happening. And even if it's a 18 to 24 month gas chamber where it doesn't immediately knock you out, it takes a little time for your blood to get distorted, and you know the blood starts mutating, and then all of a sudden autoimmune, this, that, and another thing. Now the ex-CEO of Pfizer said he gives people 3 years. He's like, that's generous. Anybody who's got it, he said, they're just a walking, he's like, something's going to happen. These things are going to, And that's why it's like when I hear people call me and they're like, you need to get it. I'm like, buddy, I've done my research. Even if I'm completely wrong, I believe in it. I believe that there's no way that I'm going to get this thing because it's not safe. It is not safe. It was designed, and Bill Gates had his fingers in it, and that guy wants to get rid of 1.2 billion people, and he would have a freaking wet dream if he can get 4 or 5 billion people off the planet in one fell swoop. Believe me, that guy's a piece of garbage. Piece of garbage. I mean, anybody who gets up in front of a crowd and says, if we do a great job with vaccines, we can reduce the population by 1.2 billion people. Another time he said, and it was probably a slip, but he said, we're doing a great job with childhood. We're doing a great job producing childhood death. And he killed like 500,000 people in Africa. Like, this guy's a complete, you want to talk about war against humankind and war crimes against humanity? Bill Gates, that guy's a walking crime against humanity. You kidding me? Unbelievable. It amazes me that people like that have so much power. It's just a chooch. Oh, today I'm going to work on this. What are you working on, Bill? Oh, I'm working on dimming the sun. Are you freaking kidding me? You're dimming the sun now, chooch? Freaking guy with the dimming the sun. I'll tell you what I want to do with the dimming the sun guy. I want to elbow him in the fotch. Yeah. I'm going to elbow him in the fotch so hard he doesn't even know what the freak happened. He's like, what happened, Melinda? You got elbowed in the fotch. You shouldn't have been dimming the sun, Chooch. Oh, I'm the creator of Microsoft. You mean the worst software in history? Viruses still, the ones that you had originally, they're still there in the system. That's you. You're a horrible designer. Now you want to design Vaxaroos? Every Vaxaroo that Moderna has ever tried to bring to market has never passed third phase. They get the green light to put this thing out there with a proprietary something in it. It's a little something that Bill Gates put in there. I'm pretty sure it's the microchip. That's been around for a while now. You guys got that in you. They're just looking at you in a computer. They see you're, right now you're sleeping. Right now, oh, they're watching the Renaissance Man show. If there's anything good that comes out of it, it's at least some of those scumbags that work for Bill Gates will find out about the Renaissance Man show. Maybe they'll be swayed by the positivity here and they'll start doing right by people. You could dream. You could hope. You never know. Raven said, Ebola is lab-made to transfer to humans. Kenya sterilization program using tetanus shot, HPV injections in India, Indonesia, and Africa. Yeah, I think that's all the stuff that Bill Gates did. He's a complete piece of garbage. You guys know this, right? You should know it, and if you don't, now you know. In fact, I think you need to see a little something. Tam, how are you? Holy cow. Oh my goodness, right, Tam? I got a little something special for you guys. I was going to play A Sign of the Times, which I will play for you. We're going to get to that, but I do think we need a little something else here that is going to kind of drive us towards an understanding. What I mean by that is that, like, we need to... Where is it? We need to explain a little bit about what's happening in the real world, okay? And if you didn't know it, where is it? I'm tempted to play something for you that I haven't played in a while, okay? And this is a full mixeroo. Like, if I was doing it the other one, I wouldn't have our buddy in there. But I think he needs to sort of be in there, like, in a way, because if we... Hold on, why don't I see this? All right, let's see. I guess I'm going to have to do it from the scratch. Oh my goodness, these freaking people. Limited availability of ad suitability. We're going to play these one by one now because of these pieces of garbage. I'll tell you what, I freaking hate YouTube. Look at this, guys. I created a 3-part series. I'll play all 3. All right, this is really put together as part of episode 16 of the Trumper Show, and it's actually pretty cool that way. You know what? I'm gonna do that because screw YouTube. You know, I'm so over the fact that they like continue to censor this show. Like, I don't even care anymore. I'm playing the Trump Show. Screw them. Freaking jerks. I play ball for months. I don't do anything that they have a problem with. And still, they don't let anybody know about the show that we're live. So, pound sand YouTube. And guys, satire is not dead. No matter what, even when they want to try to kill it.
From the creators of South Park, the best musical of this century, and the funniest musical of all time.
Hammerlin Jamison introducing episode 16 of the Donald Trump Show, The Gates to Evil. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me on episode 16 of the Donald Trump Show. Today we're talking about Dr. Evil. That's right, Bill Gates, Facce. They're all in it together, and I think you'll be surprised when you see Vladimir Putin in the mix. And even George Soros. So we're going to get into it now. Let's take a look at the first piece.
Dr. Evil, are you there?
Well, hi, Bill Gates. How are you?
Do you have a second to talk? Yep, I'm here in the evil lair right now. I heard about all your work on the vaccines. Quite promising. Hold on. Put you on speakerphone. So tell me, what's the latest, Bill?
Look, we have to get our vaccines in order if we want to try to stop the spread of the coronavirus. And consequently, I own all of the patents and I have all of the companies that are actually going to provide the vaccines. And Moderna, you may have heard of, that's actually my company. I'm going to be the one who makes all the money at the end. But we have to do it. It's going to kill a lot of people, and it's going to put a lot of more money in my pocket to be the shelf effect, where everybody else dies and I get everything. I'm going to try to take over the world, is really the plan here.
Look, Bill, that's usually what we do here at Evil Headquarters. I'm frickin' Dr. Evil. Anyway, how could I help?
Well, it looks like I've got everybody lined up and ready for the big reveal. They're all afraid. They're at home quarantined, and they're not sure if it's safe to go outdoors. So they're ready for the takedown.
Yeah, I get it. You want to take over the world.
People are starting to understand that I have an ulterior motive, and it's financially based, it's population reduction based, and they don't like it. And I just want to try to find out how to do it successfully like you did.
I don't have time to give you the ins and outs.
Do you have any tips or suggestions that you can give me?
Well, Bill, fear seems low. I would release the murder hornets.
Well, I really appreciate your advice, Dr. Evil. I know you've gone through this before.
I do take over the world at least once a month.
I think it's very important that we do this the right way.
The right way is the only way.
If we do it correctly from the beginning, then I'm going to be the leader of the world.
Look, Bill, I'm going to be honest with you. What's yours is mine. I'm just going to do it all myself. I already released the murder hornets. Don't open your windows. Frankly, I was shaken by the images. I could not believe it when I had this YouTube video sent to me. These things are going on behind the Trumpers' back. And I don't like it. No. We're going to stop the Dr. Evil. We're going to stop Bill Gates. He's not even a freaking doctor. You know that, right? He's not a doctor. Doesn't even play a doctor on TV. He just pretends. He walks around, puts a stethoscope on, I think, when he's at home. Melinda, look, I've got a stethoscope on. I'm a doctor. No, you're not. You're just a stupid billionaire. Well, look, let's keep going. Let's see what these morons are up to.
Number 2, get me Bill Gates.
Dr. Evil. Bill Gates is on the evil monitor.
Bill, it's Dr. Evil. Oh, hi, Dr. Evil. How are you?
I'm doing great, Bill.
So glad to get you on the line again.
I think it's about time we release our secret weapon. Can you get him on the line, number 2?
Dr. Evil. Call on the evil monitor.
Dr. Facce. It's Dr. Evil.
Hello, Dr. Evil.
Look, Facce, we need you to continue pushing the narrative. If we want them to take the vaccine, they need to be scared.
We need the public to believe that they're in danger. And the only one who's in control of that right now is Dr. Facce.
Well, we have to be very careful. Can't let the president know what we're doing.
Look, we need to continue to push fear. If we want them to take the vaccine, we're going to have to pretend that they need it. So I'm going to get onto every network station, and I'm going to continue to push the narrative.
I'm thinking about deploying the murder hornets. We should probably be searching for a murder hornet vaccine as we speak. This sounds like a great idea, Dr. Facce. Get on it, and I'll see you guys soon. Just remember, keep me apprised. Wait, no, hold on, I'm not done. We're going to have to continue to act stealth with this mission. One more thing, don't forget our mantra. We all need vaccines.
That we all need vaccines. And I will eventually take over the world.
See, this is the agenda of the New World Order, run by Bill Gates, President Xi. They drop a virus, I call it the Fluhan, on the world. They cripple the global economic system. They put everybody in quarantine. You gotta wear a mask. You can't go out without a mask. And everybody's still fine. The death rate's like the frickin' flu. And they say everybody must get a vaccine. Look, I'll tell you what. I'm Donald J. Trump, and I won't be getting a vaccine. You've got an immune system for a reason. You don't need an immunity like a vaccine made by people like Fauci that just are trying to line their pockets with dollar bills, y'all. So take a look at this last clip. Kinda pisses me off. He called me on pocket dial. You'll see, take a look.
Number 2, get me Bill Gates on the evil monitor.
Is this new device the best way to stop mosquitoes? Scientists say the next pandemic will likely be caused by mosquitoes.
Dr. Evil, Bill Gates, is on the evil monitor.
Well, hi, Dr. Evil. How are you? So glad to speak to you. I'm just here talking to the press right now. Is there something I could do for you?
Oh, Donald, I'm sorry. This is actually a pocket dial. I'm gonna have to call you back.
Okay, Dr. Evil.
Number 2! That was too freaking close, number 2.
I'm sorry, Dr. Evil. Bill Gates on the evil monitor.
Hi, Bill. It's Dr. Evil. How are you? Hi, Dr. Evil. How are you? I'm good, Bill. Are we still on track to take over the world? So Dr. Fauci went on the front lines again today and told people they need to do even more extensive social distancing. They need to stay away from each other more. We have to develop the vaccine before too many people die, and then we won't be able to make all of that money. And what does Fauci have to say about it? I'm going to try to get Dr. Fauci on right now. Dr. Fauci, are you there?
Bill, how are you?
It's Bill and Dr. Evil, and he's on the evil monitor with us.
Dr. Evil.
Gentlemen, the fear-mongering's not working. You're going to have to find a different strategy.
I'm getting very nervous about this, Dr. Evil. I think I may back out of this entire thing if we don't bring the vaccine to market next week. I'm out.
Take a breath real quick, Dr. Fauci, because we're almost there. All right, we put all the money out there. We have the patents, and we have everybody at home right now. So all you have to do is continue the narrative.
The president is starting to become suspicious of Fauci.
Dr. Fauci, we really need you to come through for us here.
Look, the president is smarter than he pretends to be.
Fauci, failure is not an option here.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I will not take a fall for two megalomaniacs.
Okay. I think I've heard enough. Excuse me. Yes, release the murder horns. Yes, Bill Gates' house and Dr. Fauci's. That's right. Yep, thank you. Okay, yep, fantastic. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I just can't stand you anymore.
Look, I have to thank MAGA lover QAnon 1984 for sharing these 3 videos with me. Oh, wait a second, I'm getting in my ear that we have one more for you. Hold on one moment. Let's get to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scene is set. Number 2.
Dr. Evil. Vladimir Putin's on the phone.
Dr. Evil, it's Vladimir. I have the news.
Well, it's really good to have you on the line, Vladimir. I'm so glad that our plan is working.
Right now is good mission. Is an American run.
Look, all I want you to know, Vladimir, is that we have to put the pressure on. More cities.
They riot in the street. Good.
Now to part 2, our secret weapon. You know who I'm talking about. Let's get him on the line.
Dr. Evil. George Soros is on the line.
George.
Dr. Evil.
What's the deal?
Can I play too?
What you got going on over there? Give us the scoop.
I want to play.
Let me put you on speaker. Yep, here we go. What do you got, George?
I'll put money in as well, and we could take over the solar system. We have to find a way to stabilize Donald Trump as well. Bring Trump Walker to me. I will turn him, or I will destroy him.
If you clean your own ears, you need to know this. Cotton swabs are doing more harm than good. You see, cotton swabs...
You know, I have to say, I did not expect to see George Soros turn into Emperor Palpatine. Who knew? Who knew that Emperor Palpatine was really George Soros? Typecast. Typecast, really. I heard he also played Jabba the Hutt. They didn't really even need to use any makeup. Look, the one thing I'll tell you about Donald J. Trump is I keep my friends close, but I keep my enemies closer. I'm gonna call Dr. Evil right now. That's right. We're gonna have a conversation about all of these videos because I don't like when people come after the Trump.
Hold on, people. The phone is ringing. Number 2.
Dr. Evil, there's a call on the evil monitor. It's Donald Trump.
Thank you, number 2. Hi, Donald. It's Dr. Evil. How are you?
Dr. Evil, you're live right now on the Donald Trump show.
Oh, really? Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me put you on speaker. What can I do for you, Donald?
You're actually the subject of episode 16 of the Drum Show, and I just found 4 videos, quite incriminating. And before I send them to the high courts, I just wanted to see if you have anything you'd like to say.
Well, Donald, simply put, I'm freaking Dr. Evil.
Look, Dr. Evil, you know, we've had a pretty good working relationship in the past, but that all comes to an end now. Next time you think you could take advantage of the Trumper, just get ready for a steaming pile of rockets all over your face. I'm gonna drop them all over your evil compound, wherever it is.
I wish you lots of luck on your search, Donald.
We're gonna find you, Dr. Evil. I'm going to find you.
Look, Donald, I really don't care how you feel. Sorry.
Perhaps if I tell you about the newest technology we're gonna use to take you out in your compound, would that interest you, Dr. Evil?
No matter what tech you have, Donald, you get... Hello? Donald? Number 2! He hung up again,
Oh, it's always so funny when Dr. Evil starts screaming at the end when the Trumper hangs up on him. Those were lots of fun, those bits. They really were, I have to say. One of the most exciting times was creating the DJ T show. Every day I came out with a new one, like 35 powerful episodes. But that one was definitely something. Definitely something because I put a bunch of stuff together to make that one. So, guys, I think it's 12:30. I think what we're going to do is wrap the show and get ready for tomorrow when we do it all over again. If you know it, tomorrow is day 957 in a row. We're getting closer and closer to the 1000th day in a row, guys. Unbelievable, right? If you like the DJT stuff, guys, there is a playlist with like 38 episodes in there. There's also a really awesome thing I did with Justin Trudeau, Trumper, and Cuomover. You can find that one. It's called Super Trumper, something like that. It was on day 675 that I did that one, I'm pretty sure, something like that. But it may have been less than that. I'm not sure, but bottom line, that one's very funny. Trudeau and Trumper. I nailed Trudeau. I got Trudeau, like, I never did him before, but Hadley asked me if I could do Trudeau, and I did it. So you can check that one out. Tomorrow, guys, I will try to have a piece of content for you during the day, but I dropped 2 awesome short pieces of comedy today. I have so much stuff on my phone, but it has to be edited. It's 12:30. Not sure if I'll get to anything, but I'll try. So, until tomorrow, when I see you, tomorrow evening at 10:30 for Saturday Night Live, come here tomorrow to the channel, please, and check and see if I have a premiere lined up for somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow. Let's see. It would actually be somewhere around 4 o'clock tomorrow. So if you have a chance to pop by the channel and let people know, we'll be back tomorrow, day 957, fam. So until tomorrow, Anna Trejos, Candace Thigpen, Chris Donaldson, Sydney, Pamela Swan, and Sub-Zero Carey. Awesome seeing you guys. Cannot wait till tomorrow. If you're here, say goodnight now or forever hold your peace. And tomorrow, I will be back for another episode of Renaissance Man. Until then, you gotta go away. It's Mark Pires. You got to go away. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. You got to go away. You got to go away. You got to go away. See you tomorrow, fam. Have a great night. You got to go away. You got to